So labour number 2 for me, horrible pregnancies, struggle with breastfeeding, but love labour, which I know is a really weird thing to say out loud in front of anybody. But I really enjoyed it. I enjoyed labour the first time round, had a really fast labour with Rocco with no issues, nothing went wrong. Yeah, so I decided my birth plan for number 2 was to have a home birth. I'd had emergency treatment with Rocco quite a few times, and I knew that I could get from my house into hospital. If there were any problems, I knew that that was a very, very quick transition, because I think that's everybody who I've ever spoken to about having a home birth, that's the big question is, but what if something had gone wrong? Well, it could go wrong anywhere, and I know that I could be in the hospital super fast. So that wasn't actually something that really bothered me. So labour, how did it start? I'd felt like something was going to happen. I was 10 days overdue and very, very fed up. And then contractions started, and it was fast. It was already, I think I called the midwife and she was there really, really quick. And by the time she walked through the doors, my contractions were already 5 minutes apart. And I was pacing, which is what I do right the way through labour. I do not stop moving. And I do think that really helps. My pelvis is constantly on the move. So that's got to have something to do with helping the baby moving out. I think I must have done about 20 laps of the table when Guy suggested that maybe I'd put some more comfortable trousers on, and he got his head snapped. Probably shouted, "Leave me alone!" Yeah, it really didn't take long. I went into the playroom and got on my knees. I think I was leaning on the window seat, and the midwife suggested maybe I went for some gas and air because it was getting super painful by then. And it was just too far gone. I just said to her, I've got to push. And I was pushing, it really did feel like I'd just gone into labour. So, yeah, people who were in the room at the time, there were 2 midwives. My mum flew through the door at the right minute. My dad had taken Rocco off down the road. Guy was there with the video camera rolling. And luckily for me, the painter and decorator had exited. He'd rocked up to work in the morning, and Guy had invited him in and shown him upstairs whilst my contractions were going. But as soon as he realised that I was in labour, believe me, Tony was out the door in a flash. And it was absolutely amazing. Home births get a massive thumbs up from me. I would never, ever, ever advise anyone to have a home birth if they feel nervous in any way about it. I think to have a home birth, you've got to want to have a home birth. You've got to, feel very confident about the way that you go into labour. And I really felt that second time round, knowing that I'd had a quite stress-free labour the first time. So within an hour and a half from start to finish, from the very first contraction, Diggory was out. He was in Guy's arms, because I think every time I've had a baby, I've worked so hard that it kind of sends your body into shock. I don't know whether any of you have had a really fast labour, but my labours have been very quick, and my body's gone into real sort of shaking, trauma, shock afterwards. I think I was lying on the floor in a pool of sludge, shaking, sort of in fetal position, just unable to hold Diggory straight away. And the same with Rocco. I think I actually passed out onto the window ledge. And I have to say, I've really enjoyed my labours. I got excited about them and found them quite thrilling. So yeah, labour number 2, home birth, was a pretty special day for me. Special hour and a half. It wasn't even a day. It was like that. But amazing. Yeah, big thumbs up for home births from me.